Hello guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So I had to get back on here and talk to you guys some more about the things that we're supposed to talk about, right? According to the banner that came from my mind. But yeah, anyways. Here we go. So as I was thinking about what topic to talk about here today, and what would be valuable, how can I be of some value to you, I thought that, hey, like, I haven't really discussed so much here on my channel all of the different things that I actually learned being with Tony Robbins when I went to his events. So I had some thoughts and I'm like, wait a minute. I usually am like, oh my God, Tony Robbins told me such and such, and I'm not doing such and such, or like he told me, oh no, okay. So I want to come here and share with you guys some of that, and right, and then an interesting experience today meeting somebody that put things into perspective, life. So I'll say that at the end. But here we go with the first thing on my list. So something that I learned when I was in Fiji, and that was for wealth mastery, was that the conversation over and over again, and like the main conversation of like how to build wealth, was about the stock market. So they spoke about the importance of investing in the stock market, of investing. I heard about blockchain. I still need to do some more research about the whole blockchain thing. And so far, to me, I could be wrong, but so far to me, it's connected to the crypto. But, do your research. So yeah, I spoke about blockchain, about digital currencies, about the stock market, and they spoke how these things are an important tool in order to build wealth, in order to create it, in order to sustain it. So that was just like mind blowing to me, of like, what? This very thing that I heard about years ago when I was younger is one of the vehicles that we need to be on if we want financial independence and financial wealth, right? Financial independence, financial wealth. Is that like, am I like putting these two things together? Financial wealth, financial independence. Let's leave it at that. So yeah, so we need to be on that train, right? So that's one thing. There was a lot more, actually, a lot more I can talk about of that, but maybe like I'll make it a longer video and like talk more things about that in another one. But for right now, just so I get these points across, I'll tell you guys, like the things that really stuck out to me and I still remember today. I had gone there before the pandemic, so another thing, so very important. I heard it many times, like from reading the book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and like listening to other like financial gurus or like advice on YouTube, Google, reading, and whatever. Like I know, like some people won't believe it's true, and that's okay, right? Because you have to do your own research. But it was brought up that it was brought up that you shouldn't 100% trust banks, right? Like, meaning 100% like trust banks with your money, and like having that trust of like that, this is gonna sound crazy, but like as if like they're there for you, you're there for them. It's more like, they have their benefit in what they do once they hold your money, right? Like money doesn't just sit there, does it? Like, of course, we can see our money when we log into the app or like when we go to the bank, but what is actually happening with your money behind the scenes? Yeah, like, exactly. We probably don't know that. It's circulating, right? It's circulating, it's being invested, this, that, or the other. So as well as that is being done, then you can be doing that yourself, right? Through the different platforms that are available with your own money. So yeah, that was brought up. They were like, oh, the host of the event, he said, don't trust banks. That is the place you don't want to have your money. And then they spoke about inflation and how when inflation happens, and funny enough, inflation is happening right now. When inflation happens, then your money is not going to be worth anything. And I know it's kind of hard to understand, because I was like, what do you mean it's not going to be worth anything? Because let's say I placed, for example, $5 in the bank. If I take out those $5, like, I'm still going to have $5. So that's the way I always saw it, right? But then looking at it like more deeply, I guess, and more realistically in actual life right now, we are going through inflation, right? And the way I've seen it is that things are very expensive, right? More expensive than they should be. So then again, it's like we get paid a certain amount, or we make a certain amount of money, and then you're paying a lot more for goods and services, right? But if you have some tips, or comments, or actually like tips where we can like get like a easy picture of inflation, please feel free to explain it yourself down in the comments, or to head me into the right direction, and I'm sure we will all appreciate it. But yeah, so far that's how I have seen inflation and what I learned at the event, right? So another thing that I learned, I guess, at one of the first events that I went to, first, second, one of the first, and then another one from Tony Robbins, was that, and this was just like, okay, I know when you guys hear this, you're gonna be like, duh, this is common sense. But all right, it's common sense, but sometimes we don't think about it, right? We don't think about these things, even though we know them. So basically, Tony said, we need to see like who we're getting our advice from, right? Like when someone gives you an advice, is that person in that field? Like what field is that person in? What experiences has that person gone through? Who is giving you the advice? Who are you asking the advice to give you advice, and who is giving it to you? Like, who is this person, right? So it's important to check and see like who is this person, right? That's giving you the advice. Because sometimes the advice that they may be giving you may not be the best one, because they may not even be in the field, right? They may not have experience, something related to what you need the advice to, or they don't have any experiences around that and things like that. So that was very important. That goes like for anything, like for any part of life, right? Like who is giving you the advice? That's very, very important, right? And I mean, I know, like, it's one thing that I've went to these events, and the books that I read or whatever, and I'm here like to be of some value and share with you guys what I've learned. That's one thing, but then throughout life, I guess, no rules, right? But it's important to see like who are we getting our advice from. So that really rings a bell to me like all the time when I hear like, oh, this or that, or an advice on this or on that, and I'm just like, is the person even in it? Has the person even tried that? Yeah, I'll stick to my gut feeling, right? So that's one thing. And then something else, we're getting close to the end, that I wanted to say here is motion equals emotion. I had that written in my wall, but it's not on the poster. Well, the poster is not on the wall anymore, and I had it written on a poster. And yeah, motion equals emotion, so get moving. Also one of the concepts that I learned at the event, and it is actually so true, because you can be so tired and like, oh my god, oh, like me right now, oh gosh, wait, I cannot do like anything more, I'm just so tired, right? That could be one thing. But if you get moving, you get up, it will change the whole story that you are telling yourself. So yeah, motion equals emotion, so let's get moving. And literally, like, oh yeah, this is gonna get into another topic, but if we look at well, yeah, this is a great example. If you guys look at the YouTube videos that I did like right before the pandemic, and probably during the beginning of the pandemic, some of my first videos here on this channel compared to the videos that I have posted lately on this channel, you're gonna see some sort of difference, right? It's almost as if I am like the same person, but in another way. Cause like, wait, what? Like life hit me hard? No, no, it was just like a really like, challenging, like program, I guess, that I went to, and like learning new things, and like, these things, I guess, affect you, and you go into like, into different spaces and things, and you know, um, our experiences like shape us one way or the other. And then due to that, I had like not been so focused on my fitness as I was. So that's what I was getting to, as I was in the beginning of the other videos, right? So I feel like that affects you, like your stance, and like your energy, your vibration, your body, your inside. It totally affects you. So not only is like motion important in the moment, but motion of like the present time of like, oh, let's get up, let's go, let's do this, but is also important in the terms of fitness. We need to like move and get some like exercise in, some walks, or some, you know, exercise with our body, with our own body weight as well. So yeah, motion equals emotion, so get moving. And well, another thing that I have on my wall, now that we were talking about the wall, is affirmations as well. Those affirmations, like I am telling you guys, since I have put it on my wall, have been like a game changer. Like literally game changer. Like I know that it's, like sometimes it's easy to think, oh, it's just words, it's just it's just an affirmation. I am this, I am that. That's not going to do much. It's only in the action. Yeah, give it a try. It's not only in the action, it's also in what you tell yourself. It's also in the affirmations, and they have been so powerful. So you guys should try it if you want. Let me know actually in the comments down below. Do you guys currently practice saying affirmations in the morning or sometime throughout your day? Or would you guys be interested in having some affirmations on your wall? Oh my gosh, please let me know down in the comments below. That would be awesome. And lastly, I'm sure the story ties into what I've said in some way, some shape or form, but yeah, I'm trying to think like how it ties in, but it ties in because basically how we're talking about like life, and what we make of it, and things that we should do that are good for us, right? So it was very interesting. Like today, I was running an errand in the morning, and I met this lady, like amazing lady, like so nice, so sweet, helpful. She saw that I needed direction, and my mom, like we weren't really sure which way to go to this other place, and she was very kind. And we started talking. You meet people and you start talking, and then she told us like her story, right? And it was very interesting and like sad in a way, to be honest, because it's crazy how like we get into things for one thing, and then it can turn out in the process that that very thing that you thought was going to be great for you, right, actually is not so good for you at the end. And this is like basically what I got like from her story. But then again, like how do you do it, right? How do you make it, and like being able to like be independent and do your things if you don't get into like a field, I guess, or a career, or make a choice, right? Sometimes you just like make a choice, do it and go. So I mean, it all comes down to as well to like making choices. Like life is forever changing, right? It's forever changing, so we can always make different choices. We don't have to like feel ever like stuck in our past, right? We can take our present moment and create, right? So yeah, it was very sad, like the story that she told me, how like the whole thing of her being in her career actually like affected her, where after she retired, yeah, so she actually retired in that career. After she retired, like the things that she went through still come up in her head. They come up in her mind, and like she thinks about it. And that to me was like, whoa, like I'm a firm believer of like everything happens for a reason. So that for me was like, whoa, like, you know, I was right. You got to be careful. Like my gut instincts and what I believe about life and about certain things, it is, I'm like, wow, that's true. Things happen for a reason. There's no coincidences. Maybe I needed to hear her story today, right? I needed to hear her story. So things like that, you know? And then again, like I thought about, as I was already like in the front of the house, in front of, when I headed home, I thought about it. I'm like, but another thing is that whatever you focus on, you will get more of. So maybe like that's just like life giving me a mirror of like what I wanted to hear, perhaps, right? But then again, I'm like, but then again, in the same token, I'm like, but it's an actual life experience that she went through. And to see how at the end of it, like how she felt and everything that she went through in it, like a lot of things, it was just very interesting to observe and like learn about, and for me to take like as an indirect advice, right? So, oh my gosh, this just connected to what we said about in our second point. We need to see who we're getting our advice from. Are they are they like in that field? Have they experienced that or have any experience in that area? Like, oh my god, I'm getting this right now. Oh my god, it's all connected. It's all connected. But wow. But yeah. So, I got to the end of the things I wanted to talk to you guys about today. So, it'd be interesting to know. Have you had any interesting conversations just like that from someone that you just met that you're like, oh my god, maybe is this a reflection of me or what I feel? If you have, put that in the comments down below. I'd be interested to hear, this whole concept of like whatever you focus on, you get more of. I would like to see, has it happened to you as well? So yeah, thank you guys so much for coming on Loving Life by La Ruby Lopez, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Take care.